Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? Welcome to another day of trading futures, the Nasdaq, and it's going to be a good one today. If you're here for the first time, welcome. We're going to be talking through and going over the Nasdaq. What's going on? We see it dropping right now. It's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff right there. But if you're here for the first time, stick around, hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to be talking about ICT concepts, order blocks. We're going to be talking about models, strategies, order flow, all that good stuff. So it's going to be a good time. You'll like it. Hang around. Also, if you're looking to take your trading to the next level, there's a lot of different sales going on right now on different prop firms. Take Profit Trader is doing a 40% off sale. That doesn't happen very often. You can use the code DTJ and you can get 40% off for life your next evaluation and performance account. That's like around $100. It's the cheapest out there right now when it comes to prop firm evaluations and performance accounts combined. The total cost. It's really cheap. Also, if Tradify, if you want to go straight to a funded account, Tradify is doing a 50% off sale on theirs. That's a big sale as well. So there's a lot of different sales. You can use the code DTJ to get the best discount that they are offering. And with that, let's go ahead, open in prayer, and we will get started. Father, we just commit ourselves to you this morning. We thank you that you are faithful and good, and that you work all things for the good for those who love you. Father, I pray for everyone here that they would see an increase in their trading, increase in their personal walk with you. Father, I pray that their relationship with you would be vibrant and full of life, Lord. We honor you in everything that we say and do, and we give you the glory. In Jesus' name, and everyone here said, amen. Good morning, Dewald from Nigeria. Jeong, Mark, good morning from North Carolina. Lazarus, good morning. Vintage Trader. Sounds like Vintage Trader, you saw my post from on my X account, my daily affirmation. Matt, good morning. John, good morning. Hervé from France, welcome. Sunny Arizona, James, welcome. Octavian, good morning. Wendy, good morning. Okay, folks, well, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going to happen. I have no idea what the crowns are. Absolutely no idea. That's the first. Top fans, that's what it is. That's what it says right here. Top fans. John, you the top fan. You got number 2, wanna bet? And Matt. Top fans. Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at new month. So we start on the monthly time frame, folks. We start on the monthly, and I got some indicators. Kudos to Lumi Trader, who put out a video on some indicators that I actually liked. We'll be talking about some of that today. All right, so we mark out our high, our low, and the midpoint of the previous month, okay? And then we will mark out the opening price for the month, okay? Mark out opening price. Then we got the weekly candle. Weekly candles here. We got our previous week high, low, and midpoint. And to be honest, we should probably mark out our previous week high as well. So I'm going to mark out our previous week high. I don't think I normally do that, but I've seen it actually. Weekly opening price. There we go. And then we mark out our previous days. It's going to be a little, you're going to see a lot of lines around here. Previous month high, weekly opening price, Monday. I feel like that's wrong. Wouldn't Monday's opening price be right here? That would make sense, right? So we got our previous day high, previous day low right there. And then if we drop down to the 15 minute, we will mark out our London high. London high is sitting at 3 a.m. and London low has been ran at 4 a.m. We have Asia high, midnight open sitting right there. We have this nice little breaker over there. And then we have filled in the hourly fair value gap and just stopped shy of the new week opening gap high and low down here. This right there, pay attention. When you see price come down and stop before a significant area, you can bet it will return. So we're going to find out how is it going to get there, because I want to play that trade. And it might just stab it and then go again to all-time highs. That's how we want to play that. We don't want to try to play it off all the way down here. Maybe it wants to go to Friday's equilibrium. We'll see. Okay, so we have all of our levels marked out. Jumping back up to the hourly time frame, we can see how price has been moving. We have this hourly fair value gap right here that has held price down right here. And we will mark that out as a SIBI, 1 hour SIBI. And that is inside our opening range gap, which is going to be sitting right around. So we got a premium opening range gap. We got 6 minutes before the bell. Make sure I got everything set up on my end. How we get to that previous or the new week opening gap is kind of my interest right now. I do have a new, two new indicators that I want to share with you guys, courtesy of Lumi Trader or Lumi Trades. One of the, I don't know if it's Lumi Trader or Lumi Trades. That's very helpful. I think we'll be putting them on the charts here today. You'll see them on the charts. Actually, we might put one of them on right now. Do we have it? Not yet. Lumi Trades. Okay. Oh my gosh. We're just gonna, it's just gonna be the running joke. It's gonna be the running joke for the day. No trades, as you can see. I'm gonna remove that for right now, just for our analysis. We've got 5 minutes till the market opens. And I think I want to do some music again today. What do we say? What do we say about that, huh? Make sure it's not too loud here. All right. That should work. All right, so I have also on here a future 4-hour fair value order block. So I have a future 4-hour order block sitting right here. I'm expecting in the next 30 minutes that we close below these 2 up close candles, which would turn that into an order block. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That is a turn of price moving lower, at least for the short term. So I want to see how that's going to close at 10 a.m. today. As far as news, what do we got for news today? 3 minutes till market opens. Today is Tuesday, July 1st. We had the Fed, Jerome Powell spoke. We got JOLTS openings at 10 a.m. and PMI manufacturing at 9:45. So we got some stuff happening at 9:45 here in about 15 and 30 minutes. So with that, let's go ahead and drop down. See if we have anything with 9:30 with the 9:30 model. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we swept some liquidity right here. We filled the hourly fair value gap. Do we want to run right for it right now, or are we going to run this way first and potentially run up to a bearish breaker right around this hourly fair value gap? This is the breaker right here, overlapping with that hourly fair value gap. We have low resistance liquidity right there. We have nice bearish order flow right now. Outside of this, we had a failure swing right here. We'll see how it wants to play off here. I'm going to be doing that right now. See if that plays. Give it 15 seconds. There we go. 9:30 played out. Nice execution. Now with the news at 9:45 and 10, we're probably going to sit on our hands unless we get some type of 9:30, 9:31, 9:32 fair value gap. We'll see. But I'm expecting it probably to chop back and forth and kind of just be a little indecisive right now. Good morning, Ken. How you doing? Vincent, good morning. I'm new to trading and I want to learn this. What currency pair or stock are these? This is the Nasdaq. We trade futures, D-Wald. The benefit of futures is way better than options, better tax advantages, and great volatility. And it's kind of, as ICT would put it, it is the gentleman's market compared to Forex, which is kind of the wild, wild west. The 2 p.m. model. I don't know if I have a 2 p.m. model. Do you mean 3 p.m.? There was no 3 p.m. model yesterday. I can tell you that because I looked. And we didn't make a low of day. This was not the low of day. This was a nice play. I took this trade. I took the trade right here on this breaker, and I played it up to these highs over here. So yesterday afternoon, I took a long right about there and went to there. So it was a great play, but it was not the 3 p.m. model. No, Johnny, it did not sweep the low of day. Low of day was right here. That was low of day at the bottom of this blue area. And we only went halfway. So it was not. All right, so a lot of wiki wick candles. Nothing here happening. Let's go ahead and mark 930. So we just mark where opening price is at. And then we will wait for our first presented fair value gap. No, that's electronic. This is all electronic. Way over there. It's low of the current day. And that was at 6 p.m. Right at 6 p.m. it opened at that level. We never ran below it. No, it's not. It's not based on regular trading hours. It's based on all of it. I've never tested it out for regular trading hours, Ted. I've never tested it out for regular trading hours. It might be worth taking a look at. All set. Good morning. We got 30 minutes to see where this 4-hour candle closes, and that's going to be a big level, in my opinion, on direction bias. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and do a couple things. Let's go ahead and do our daily affirmation. We'll get that knocked out here. I don't think I've uploaded it yet. All to you. All to you. I thought I posted it. Sorry, it's not showing up on X. I'm pretty sure I posted it. So let me find out here. By the way, 40% off Take Profit Trader. If you've never tried it, I recommend it. It's a good platform. Instant payouts. I know I posted it. Well, we're going to have to do it again. All right, here we go. It took a minute. Sorry, folks. All right, here's our daily affirmation for the beginning of a new month. It's a new month, a new start. I leave behind what's done. I show up ready, expectant, and faithful. God is already in my future, making a way. Isaiah 43:19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. You not perceive it. Do you not perceive it? God is already making a future. He's making a way. He has for you a hope and a future. There is abundant hope for you. There is more than enough for you for what's to come. So we're going to be faithful. We're going to stand strong. We're going to be consistent day in and day out. That's what we're going to do. Not a single fair value gap, guys. Not a single fair value gap. Means we do nothing right now. Amen, amen. Jeremiah, yes. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to prosper you. Plans of hope in a future. I want to make more than a modest amount of money in the long term. Mangela. I want to advance the kingdom of God. I want people, this is a confession I make. When people see me, I want people to see the glory of God. The glory of God is in how you live your life righteously, but it's also your economic status. It really is. Do you think the King of Kings and Lord of Lords wants to be represented by he wants to be represented by ones with good hearts and good characters because that's what he cares about. But I want to show people the expanse of God's kingdom because it's all of that and more. So I'm going to have more than a modest amount. And I'm not going to flaunt it for my own personal gain. That's not the goal. The goal is to advance the kingdom of God. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Not ashamed to say it at all. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and put on our NQ1 over here, and I'm going to show you guys a couple indicators, okay? There are a couple indicators that I am currently using. The first one that I want you guys to see, and I'm going to put it on here, is ICT SMT, okay? ICT SMT. This is courtesy of Lumi Trades. She did a video putting this and found all of these, and I am extremely grateful because it makes my life easier. ICT SMT. You're going to drop that onto your charts, and you're going to see SMTs start to show up everywhere. So you'll double click on these, and we're going to highlight them. So I want it to monitor You can have it monitor 2. And so I'm going to have it monitor ESU 2025. I'm going to have them gray because I don't like all the colors. I just want a nice gray line. The labels I want black. And I only want to see the last 3. Now I don't have to be glancing over at ES constantly. I can see when there's an SMT, and it will give me bullish and bearish SMTs. And if I'm bearish, I only want to look at these SMTs. If I'm bullish, I want to look at these SMTs on the underside, the bottom. Okay? This is a good indicator for SMTs if you care about them. Okay, so that's one. Make sure you mark and put that on your chart. Is that a fair value gap? I'm not even going to count that. No, that's not a fair value gap. I think we're about to get our first fair value gap. We have a sweep of liquidity right here. We have this down here that we haven't tagged yet. Is this going to be the catalyst? The 9:45 news into that level, and then 10 o'clock news takes us the other way? Maybe. Hit the like button, guys, if you appreciate the commentary, the affirmations, the analysis. And you will see on the left there the second indicator that I'll show you how to put on here. This is the 30-minute chart right here, just a sliver of it so I can see higher time frames without having to swap over constantly. We ran that low resistance liquidity. Swept that high. Technically, this is a breaker right here. It's not bad. I think I'm going to do a small position to the downside because that's what direction I want to go. Let's see if this holds here. I'll give it 30 seconds to see if this fair value gap holds before I take the position. I'm watching this fair value gap here, and I'll watch 930 as well. It could completely reverse, and I'm going to be careful on that. Did we close above that? No, we didn't. But it's we did a really fast inversion right here. We have relatively equal highs up here. I'm going to see if it gives us that. If we don't close above that, the 930 or the first presented fair value gap, I'm out. That's very key that we close above that. There we go. So I think we're probably going to run here. That's where my eyes are at. Unless we just completely flop over. This is a partial size.
Order submitted.
I'm on a live. Not right now. I want to get rid of invalidations. And confirmations. I'm not interested in those. All right, target tagged.
Order canceled.
Nice quick scalp right there. That gave us 807 to 822, roughly 15 handles. Two wins so far. Dash. Well, you can do that, Ted. Do that and use NQ as your confirmation. Idea behind this specific trade was this inversion right here, and how aggressive this inversion was. That was the main reason. We also have an order block that was just put in right here, confirmation for a higher move. We'll see if price wants to continue higher. We'll see if it wants to come up to the midpoint of that opening range. Got London high and midnight open as targets, monthly open. There's a couple things up here that we could use as initial targets. But overall, guys, I would like to take this trade here. I want to take this trade down to here. Now, if it could go all the way up here, that's fine with me. If it gives me the structure for a move down to here, I'll be taking it. Okay? But I will tell you that I want price to close below this black line before 10 o'clock or at 10 o'clock. Okay? I want this 4-hour order block I want this order block to be put in right here. These two up closed candles, green closed candles, that will be a big factor on my confidence if we hit this level, okay? If we can't close below this, technically we'd have to wait another 4 hours to see if we're going to see lower prices or we miss it in that 4-hour candle. So I really would like to see that close there.
Daddy. Oh, you're on live. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
So, am I gonna still do pull weeds, drilling drills? Okay. How long for pulling weeds?
10 minutes. What?
I need to wax on my.
I think it's in the cupboard in the kitchen where my coffee stuff is at. See if you can find it. All right, we got 7 minutes till the market hits 10 o'clock. We'll have some news there. And I think I'm going to probably keep my hands off until then. The second indicator I want you guys to add to your charts is high HTF candle overlay. So you go to indicators, HTF candle overlay, and this again, overlay right here. TTM, higher time frame candle overlay, power of 3. You're going to add that to your chart. Did it do it? Oh, yeah, it's on there like 3 times. Okay, and then you're going to let's see. Oh no, that's the wrong. That one will work too, but it's the wrong one. I'm not wanting to do that one right now. So I'm going to remove that one. And it's called ICT, higher time frame candles. So it's right here, ICT HTF candles. And that's by the same gentleman, Fadi. You're going to select that one right there. Oops. All right, and then you're going to get this chart right here. We have 4 minutes before news, so that's why we're doing this right now. You're going to remove all of them except for the last two, and you're going to take that, the first one, put it at 30 minutes, and put four, and then you're going to do this one and set it at an hour and put it at 4. Okay? You can change the colors to whatever you want it to be. It'll do fair value gaps. I don't care about. You can check out all the other stuff there, but those are the main things that I put on here. You're going to add that, and then when we drop down to the 5-minute time frame, you're going to see those two higher time frame candles show up on the chart. So now we don't have to swap back and forth to look at the higher time frame narrative. So we just swept this. Oh, this looks really nice, by the way. We just swept this high right here. Boom. That's a hourly sweep of liquidity. Potential going to close. And if it does, we could run for this low right here. Okay, so see how we can see that right there on the hourly? That is what this just told me by putting on there. And there's 1 minute and 34 seconds left before that closes. So now that I have that, I'm going to give a little more padding between that and the candles. I'm going to give it like 20. I don't like it being so close to my other candles. And so now we're looking at the 5-minute here, and we can drop down to even to the 1 minute, and we can look for some entries. If we get aggressive at 10 o'clock, we can take the inversion to the downside. 1 minute inversion. We got 2 minutes till 10 o'clock. But we have a 1 hour sweep of liquidity that I really like for us moving down into that. And then we can wait for a 5-minute fair value gap entry to go lower. Or we can even, if we don't want to take necessarily the hourly reversal model, we can look for a lower time frame breaker right here. Your high, low, higher, high, break lower, back into the fair value gap, run to this low down here. So I have my idea, my idea framed out here, and we will see if it wants to play out here. I'm going to front run this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll keep a tight stop, but I think this might run lower here. Oh my gosh, I was about to click it and it went without me on. It would have, actually, I don't know if it would have stopped me out or not. I'm glad I didn't do anything, actually. All right, so that was, I don't know what kind of news it was, but it was news. We didn't run that high. We tagged the fair value gap. I still think we go lower here. Midwest, John. Omaha, Nebraska. So we have that sweep on the hourly right here. We have a draw on liquidity down here. I think we could go lower. That's well, I want it to go lower. That's what I want. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it though. We'll see. My dad was a Husker. Oh, that's cool. Yep, I go to a lot of Husker games. Yeah, it's a little bit different than MNQ. Do you see how the chart then just pops up the SMTs based on ES right now? So we have an SMT right here. So ES ran this low, NQ did not yet. So if we start seeing a reason for price to start pumping higher, this could give a confluence, extra confidence that we're moving in that direction. You don't take trades just based on SMTs though. Got your butt kicked today. Sorry, my friend. We have a volume imbalance. We got to include that volume imbalance, unfortunately. So we'll include that volume imbalance in this. And then if price wants to come back up, once we push lower, I would like this to be a breaker. So it's not a breaker yet. I'm thinking of that. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you, Matthew. All right, we closed below 930 and the first presented fair value gap. And we closed below this breaker bar. This could honestly be a decent entry right here. I want to see it close below this fair value gap. I just don't want it to reverse right here. That's my main concern, is in high resistant conditions. I'm not sure if we're high resistance or not, but I mean, that's what I've seen so far. So I'm going to say maybe. And because of that, it's very common for us to reach for the last fair value gap and then kind of move in the other direction. So I really want to wait for that close, retest, resistance, and move lower. You know, actually, I think I want to change these colors to white and gray. I like that a little bit better. Just kind of in the background, not, you know, overpowering. What's up, BC? It's whatever the slippage is on Trade-Avate or the broker you're using. So news, I wouldn't be trading right when you get a news candle because it's going to be horrible. Either trade before or after the news. We have some equal highs on ES on the 1 hour chart. What about opening candles? I mean, I wouldn't trade the opening right at, oh, I would do a few seconds before if you're trying to trade that, so you're already in before the volatility happens. Yeah, I know. They're doing it again, Matthew. That's just what happens. Palladium. $5 a tick. What is gold per tick? The minis. $10, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so we got our confirmation that we're going to move lower. I have the confirmation. Did we close below the 4 hour? All right, so we did. So I have my confirmation that we're going to see lower prices. It's just a matter of us getting a setup for it. What the heck is going on with all these gaps? Okay, pretend there's a candle right there. All right, now we're gonna, if this candle closes, that will be a 1 minute break, order block. And we'll probably have a close below this inversion fair value gap, or this fair value gap. That's pretty much gonna be enough for me to wanna go short here. If we can close below it. All right, I'm gonna take this short right here.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, we're tapping into the breaker and that 1 minute order block and the inversion fair value gap. So I want it to find resistance right where it's at and roll over. Our last resort is staying below 930. I would like it to roll over from here. And I'm getting slapped. All right, I got stopped out. Well, that was a quick stop. Honestly, that's not what I was expecting to happen. We had the 4 hour close We had a breaker, an order block, an inversion. We had several things that happened here. An hourly sweep of liquidity is what it is. We followed our rules. I followed rules on that one. That was not an impulsive trade at all. That stinks. Well, that basically erased my profits from my first 2 trades. Back at break even. A little red. A few dollars. Yes, that can happen, BC. All right, NQ or ES is hitting those equal highs, or it's about to. So 2 for 3 on the day. It's a little disappointing that that didn't work out. All right. Tapped previous equilibrium on that wick. Swept the equal highs on ES. I'm probably going to sit on my hands here, folks. I feel like there's a lot of manipulation happening. I forgot about that, Nikki. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to sit and wait a little bit because, to be honest, that last trade idea felt really good. 848.25. 848.50. So we did not sweep that high. The 7 a.m. high, we have not swept that. Thanks, Crazy. Welcome. Oh, I have an order still on.
Order canceled.
I did not see that. I like the aggressiveness of this drop. It feels like it could go. I couldn't move my profit target fast enough at that draw down on MES. Now that we swept the equal highs on ES, I could see this dropping now, because that really was my target. We have the 4-hour fair value gap, or the 4-hour order block in play. It just makes sense for us to move in that direction. Yeah. I am in this trade, folks. I am in this trade with 2 contracts. Just took one. I did not call it out because it was a straight up back and forth. More of a my gut feeling type trade. One contract sold. We're going to see if we can go all the way here. And not. Completely retrace here. I'm going to take profit there. I don't want it to come back and hit break even on me. So got 25 handles on that. Bit of a drop right there. Probably going to run to that low. If it gives me another breaker, I might consider getting back in. So the break would be the high, low, higher, high right there. We're going to watch 930 level. Jeez, come on. We're also ranging, if you've noticed. We're going a little bit lower, a little bit higher. It's just this back and forth. So my concern is that now that we swept the low, we go back up into this range. That's really kind of my concern. So I'm going to, if I don't get the rest of this, then I don't get the rest of it. Maybe I'll do one contract on here. Yeah, I'm going to wait for us to get up into this fair value gap right here. I'm going to wait till we get into that fair value gap there. Or that inversion fair value gap. Yes, BC. I do. I'm going to put one contract on. Yeah, I'm going to put one contract on. It's just a single micro. We'll add to it if it comes up to the level that I wanted. And if it doesn't, at least I'm in it.
Order submitted.
Added a second contract. Setting my second target at the low of the right here and here. It's also the weekly opening price. So where my target is, the weekly opening price. It's the daily opening price. It's the monthly opening price as well. All right, target one hit. Let's see if we run to the new week opening gap low. Actually, I'm going to move it a little bit lower here. Wondering if we could run all the way to Friday equilibrium at 712. Be right there. still on.
Can I get the iPad? I want to record myself throwing this ball and see how it moves.
Okay, want to see, we do have an SMT. We'll see if we can get a push lower right here. To be careful, I'm considering moving my stop. I'll move my stop once we close below this green this green candle. Ultimately, it did hit my target. I'm probably being a little greedy, trying to get a bigger move, but it's only a micro. I've gained back. I'm not red anymore, so I'm in the green. So I just want to learn. I'm learning to be patient and hold through these types of moments. Because this is the move. We had the manipulation right here. This was the manipulation. So if we even take one standard deviation here, we've talked about this. Target, our one standard deviation comes out to be right here. And look how conveniently that is right around that swing low right here. It's right around here, around these equal lows. So I like the idea of going one standard deviation, but we'll see if it gives it to us. Honestly, I think I'm going to move my stop to be above this inversion fair value gap. And what I'll probably do is if, again, I'm dealing with one micro here. If we find resistance here and start running lower, I'll probably add to my position to average it down a little bit. But if it runs right here, I'm not going to do anything with it. Yeah, I'm not going to move it anymore. My target's going to be 22,712. 22,712 is Friday's midpoint. That's where I'm going to set my target. Okay, new week opening gap low was just tagged. We're just shy of one standard deviation. Let's see if we can get an aggressive push towards midnight or Friday's midpoint. Do you guys see how we had the right idea, but we just got slapped out by a manipulation leg? We had the right analysis, everything was as I planned and wanted, except for this manipulation leg. You just can't. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. And it happened to me today. But we got on side, we got back in, and we should see this hit. We could get another retracement here, possibly. All right, I want to see this order block right here hold. Nice reaction to the low of it right there. Let's see if it holds. Okay, new lower low. Let's see if we can get this push to Friday's midpoint. Moving stop to the top of this candle. PC. Thanks for the compliment. I'll feel better when this TP hits. We should get a big push, a really quick one. That's what I want at least. we go. That's how you do it, folks. I saw this guy on YouTube. After he makes a big trade, he goes, and if you want to sign up for my course, you can find the link down in the description. If you want to learn exactly how I do what I do, sign up link down below. But it is down there if you guys are interested. That was a great trade. You don't need to join the course if you don't want to, but you can hit the like button for me. Hit that like button. We're only at 55. If you thought that was a good trade, if you thought that was good commentary talking through that trade, hit the like button for me. Extraordinario. Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, we got slapped out. We would have doubled our profits, but as a result of that manipulation leg, I'm back to basically where I was before I took the trade. Actually, exactly. So it's as if I never took the trade and I just had my first 2 wins. So we are going to call that there. I will tell you, I did right after you stopped out earlier. Oh, you went back in? Yeah, I think we could honestly keep running lower. I think this could keep just selling off. I really do. Not because we're running away from all-time highs. I just think we're going to hit something that we're just going to sell off a little bit. We've just had so much pump over the last week. Maybe we reach into this daily fair value gap right here. There it is. But my target was Friday's midpoint. That was really the goal. And we hit it. Nice, nice. Now, are we selling off or are we consolidating around it? Look at that. Look at that consolidate. Look at that. It's like it stopped right on the money. Now, maybe we come back up to here. And then this order block, I would want to see hold, excuse me, hold in line with the opening price, opening week price, and the new week opening gap right around this area, and then continue. That's what I would want to see. This is really a big BPR. This is a higher time BPR. 15, 30 minute, yeah. Hourly, yeah, that's a large BPR right there. No fair value gaps on the hourly, but it's gonna take. It would take a little bit to get through this. So if we came down this aggressive, I think we might do this. Something like that. And if we are at low of day though, 3 p.m. we could get a reversal or a retracement into the close. And you could take the 3 p.m. reversal. But this is honestly where I think what we're going to do. And people are going to want this candle again. And they're going to try to get it here, 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 here. And they're not going to get it. That's how I think it's just going to be this slow grind lower. 3 p.m. retracement into the close. Something like that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. John, now your number one goal is to not overtrade or revenge trade. Nice job, John Crum. Or Krum. So, do you guys understand? I might actually do a analysis on this trade, post analysis, and turn it into a video. Crumb, gotcha. Yeah, I might actually do that. Yeah, 100% Northern Frontier Trading Company. We are dropping. Yeah, we could keep going. A couple things. Practically, one thing that you can do is if you take your trades on TradingView, you can, instead of doing dollars, do ticks. Okay, so I do my analysis based on ticks, and I have ticks show up here. Okay, so ticks are less intimidating. That's a practical way to make sure you're detaching yourself from the money. Number two is the only way you're going to grow in this area is you have to start small enough to where you're already detached. Okay, what do I mean by that? If you're trying to trade a mini contract, that's $20 for a handle. That's $5 a tick. Okay, so $5 every tick, it's going up and down. That's gonna make your heart pump a little bit. Okay, go to a single micro. Okay, a single micro will almost feel like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Let's see if it goes in my direction. Let's see if it hits the final target. When you do that enough on one micro, then you can go to 2 micros. Then you can go to 3 micros. Do you get the picture? You do it long enough and build consistency long enough with that idea of holding trades longer to the point where now you build your size and you know here, and then you just got to fight the emotions and stay out. How do you change it to ticks? Under settings. Then you go to trading. Your profit and loss, you change it from money to ticks. You can do percentages as well. And when you trade so little, it makes you have more patience because you're earning less, makes you stick with the process longer. Yeah, all good things. The thing you got to actually overcome when you trade smaller size is not over trading, is not revenge trading, is not thinking, oh, this is pointless, meaningless, I'm just going to click the button and see what happens. You have to avoid the other side of that emotional trap, which is, I just don't care. And then you look at your P&L and you're like, oh man, that hurts. Now I better increase my size and make it all back in one trade. So honestly, all of it is emotional maturity. That's really what it is. You need to mature emotionally in this area. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It is not easy. This is something that's a continually growing and maturing, because when you go from one contract to two contracts, you got to redo it all over again. So I'm constantly exercising what I'm sharing with you. I'm constantly having to recommit to that process, because there's times where I'll take an impulsive trade. There's times that I'll click the button. I had my eval account open this morning, and I took 5 mini contracts on an eval, and I took the trade, and I'm like, what am I doing? Yes, it's an eval account, but I was reinforcing something that I want to stay away from. So I eventually got out of the trade, break even, or I made a little bit of profit, but I don't want to reinforce that nature. I don't want to reinforce that impulsive, oversizing nature, because when it comes down to crunch time, I might fall back on that. I might fall back on that weak moment of, oh, I just don't care. Let's click the button. Let's just find out. You can't have that mentality in trading. You literally, before you see those commercials, those sports commercials, where it's like up close on their face. Here, let me do it for you guys. It's like this, and then all of a sudden they go boom, and they look at you. You know, it's like that intense moment where, you know, you're in the game, you're ready to take it on. That's literally what you have to do at trading. Literally, I'll take a deep breath before I start my live stream. I close my eyes. I picture myself trading. I do all my mental gymnastics of getting myself ready emotionally. I open my eyes and I go, I'm ready to go. There's times that I don't do that and I pay for it. There's times that I don't do that and it's fine, right? It's been habitual. It's a pattern that I've done. But that's literally the idea you need to have, is when you sit down on the charts, when you sit down in front of your trading station, it's like a war station. This is a battle. This is a business transaction. This isn't about having fun. This isn't about making sure you feel good. This isn't about making sure that it's not a gambling casino. This is a business transaction. Do your business, get done, get out. Follow your rules, treat it like a job, get done and get out. So today, I'm going to be done. I'm not going to trade anymore. It's not the highest dollar amount I've ever had. It's below what I would prefer to have, but I took a loss. I took a loss that wiped out all my profits in that manipulation leg. Right there. It was this manipulation leg. And as soon as I saw that happen, we sweep those highs, and then we aggressively move this way. I'm like, man, I need to get in this. I got this feeling it's just going to drop. And I got in right about there. Sold here. Realized that we were going back and forth and was concerned that we might come back up to here. So I added one position right here. I sold my position here and then re-added one new position here to see it run all the way. And so that position ran 76 handles. So I appreciate the comment, whoever said, I think it was BC, the comment that I'm trading better than ICT, but the one thing that he has way more than I do is he would have had that with 15 mini contracts. That's some confidence. And that's just the amount of time he's been in front of the charts. I'll get there. No doubt in my mind, I will get there. It's just a matter of time. Matter of time, my friends. Do you see how we've slowed down on the drop since we hit this level? That's why I like this level. So what I do is I remember this, I log this in my brain and say, when we hit Friday's midpoint, that's a aggressive target that price will target. And then after that, it could still drop, but it changes its approach. It's not as aggressive. It's a lot slower. So just a note there. I would not look for a reversal. I would look for a retracement, meaning don't try to get a big win. Honestly, I wouldn't look for any reversals. If anything, you should be taking this short right here that's about to close in 42 seconds. See that inversion? I would be playing the continuation. I would not be playing a reversal. You could probably make money on this trade right here. It's also around 11 o'clock, so it wouldn't surprise me if that runs there. I'm not telling you to take it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be looking for longs. Let's see if it closes. All right, so there's the close. Your stop loss is if it closes back above it. Your target is the swing low, 17 handles. I don't know why I'm not in this trade right now. The mistake I've made over and over. The mistake I have made over and over is when I see the drop, I'm looking for the reversal. Why not just play what price is doing? Let's just play it until it doesn't work anymore. Gavel, I entered with knowledge that the market was going to run lower. It wasn't just a gut feeling. I mean, no, it was far more than just a gut feeling. Let me explain. This had a huge impact on my gut feeling. We had the 4-hour candles, 3 down close candles close below these 2 up close candles. That is a huge, huge indicator for lower prices. It's a 4-hour order block and we closed below it. So that confirms these highs and confirms that we're probably running lower. So when I say gut, I'm saying gut based on additional confirmations that I knew we were going to run lower. My gut was that this was a manipulation. My gut was that this was a manipulation prior to the big move. And I got stopped out on this manipulation because I was already going short right here. That's how confident I was that we're moving short. And if you were here when I got stopped out, I was like, man, that felt really good. Like, I felt really confident about that short. And it slapped me out super aggressively and super quick. It felt like a manipulation. It felt like a stop run, especially after the 3rd down close candle in a row, and then the 4th, and then the 5th. And I'm like, I better get in. So that's kind of the analysis there. All right, so look, we ran that target. There's your inversion that played out. That's what I would be looking for. Even if you feel like it can't go any lower, I would keep looking for those. The only time I probably would look for a long is at the top of the hour, bottom of the hour, after the hour, and it has an aggressive move. You could potentially get a small little long, but I would prefer to play the shorts. That's the lesson I've been learning, is stop trying to go against the trend and go with it. We know where it's going right now, so let's play it. It's ran past all these levels that it should have stopped at. Guess where the big level is right now? That would be the next area of interest, the daily fair value gap. And look at that. Guys. Do your Fibonacci tool from this manipulation, mark it out, and look at what 4 standard deviations is. It is the fair value gap low. I'm just saying, guys. It may not get there today, but it's on its way. You can, here's another thing that you could do, who was a vintage trader. We have obviously this hourly fair value, hourly candle right here, right? It moved lower, and that is that's our candle 2. Candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. We can look for a candle 3 entering a 5-minute fair value gap. So if you want to look for a 5-minute fair value gap, there's one right here. And there's one way up here. I don't want it to come back up there. So I would be looking at price coming to this 5-minute fair value gap and then seeing if it wants to reverse from there. So it'd be something like this. That's what I'd be looking for. And conveniently, that 5-minute fair value gap overlaps with this consolidation right here. These series of down close candles. That's market maker model theory. When market maker sell models have consolidations or accumulations, you take those levels from the left to the right. Okay, so I just marked the low of these down close candles, and look what it conveniently overlaps with perfectly. The middle of that 5-minute fair value gap. So that would give me confidence that there is some importance to that 5-minute fair value gap. ICT Concepts, a little over 2 years. So with that, folks, use the code DTJ. A lot of sales going on if you're looking to get an evaluation account. Also, if you are considering joining the Purpose Driven Trader Academy, you can find that information down in the description. I'm actually going to give a discount for those that would like to join. There will be there's going to be a 4th of July. Look for, actually, you know what? I'll put that in here now. Give me a second and I'll launch that. I'm going to do a discount code for the 4th of July. I've been thinking about it and just haven't done it. All right. You can use the code the 4th. You can use the code the 4th to join the Purpose Driven Trader Academy if you're interested. And that is at dtjacademy.com. No, it looked like it, except that it wasn't low of day. It looked like the trade, but it wasn't low of day. You have to look at price opened at 6 p.m. This was the low of day for Monday. Sunday, Monday's trading day starts at 6 p.m. That's the low. And we only came to here. Right there. So we didn't hit the low. Oh, we came close. We came close to it. We'll come back to it. Yeah, it would have been a good trade. Is that a 100% discount? Close. Sorry, somebody hit something. Oh man, that was an aggressive move. What just happened? Look at that. We're running. We're running. Full port. I'm full porting now. I'm not in anything. All right, folks, we're going to call it a day. I'll be back here tomorrow. God bless. Stay safe. Good trading. Take care, guys. God bless.